Hello guys, Wahoo here, back with another video. This time around we are going to talk about the new patch coming that is going to be the Depth 2.0. And you might be wondering, Wahoo, is this all the patch notes there are? Because you can basically see miscellaneous updates right down here. Yeah, it is going to be just this. So if you were looking for a bigger update coming now, we're just going to get this very small update. And I'm kind of surprised we're getting this small update. Right now, I would assume we were still waiting. We were going to still wait like at least a month or two before we were getting, maybe just a month, maybe, you know, the start of October, maybe getting something around there. But they're dropping this now, and hopefully you'll still get a bigger update to the whole thing, and maybe something that is going to mix it up a little bit. Let's just say it like that. For the previous update, the Rising Tide, few things fallen into place with an update later on. Hopefully that's in the works, and this is just something to kind of keep us busy, a little bit more busy. I know that the update Rising Tide is still keeping people busy, but this one maybe is just a little bit of extra on top of that, you know, so they can, you know, work out a even bigger and better update for around Christmas, you know, around November, December. We can get an even better one out there, because this is pretty small and I think it's great, amazing, all that stuff. I always applaud, or I always welcome new stuff to Trove. Like, new stuff is never bad per se, but of course I do want to like mention this right now again. I'd rather have quantity, no sorry, that's the other way around. I'd rather have quality over quantity. I just don't want to, you know, get stuff that, hey, yeah, like they're releasing another kind of boss thing, some new water fish, super amazing, but I really want to have quality over quantity. I can see if their plan is to just drop a little bit of small patches. It kind of seems like it is, and that's great. But I just want the bigger updates to be quality. So I don't mind quantity in that sense, like dropping a small update here, you know, the Depths 2.0, they're just adding another boss, they're adding some water fish and also another 5-star dungeon, right? And some things that had to be changed, right? Super cool, super amazing. But again, the big updates, no matter where and when they're coming, usually again we get one around summer and one around Christmas or winter time. I want them to be absolutely quality over quantity. I want quality instead of, yeah, like I said, quality. I don't want a big update just for the sake of a big update. That's what I mean. Like, I'd rather have a small update that is just quality instead of a big update that just sort of a copy paste of everything. So with that said, let's jump into the patch notes. So in this video, we're going to do the patch notes and we are going to do the PTS gameplay, because it's not that huge. And I don't mind, because we got this, you know, we got the Rising Tide in June, and now we're talking still August. This is the end of August, sure, but again, we're getting this one, and this is probably not going to be on the PTS server for very, very long. You know, a few things that they might have issues with, it's going to probably be worked out in a couple of hot fixes. So I see this coming for like the next couple of weeks. And also, it's not a huge deal either for console players, because yeah, sure, they won't get this, but it's not really that big of a deal. Like, this can be worked into a bigger update, like I said, later on, and be part of that. So first of all, this is linked in the description. Always the things is always the, you know, PTS notes, like they're always linked in the description. You go down, check them, and read them if yourself. But the thing is that basically they are releasing the Kraken. I think that's super amazing. Always love saying release the Kraken. And basically it adds a new quest line. That's Saltwater Sam and his crew. I think this is amazing for what it is that there actually something to do with these NPCs that are on the ship. So I think that's amazing. You know, they're just not something you walk up to and they have a little line and it's the same line every single time. Now there's actually something, you know, to do with these guys. And I will show, of course, the quest line, the first step of it and such, because of course I will do the whole thing, but I'll just show this one, and I'll do it, maybe a guide on it if it's a little bit complicated, or like there are some things you should be aware of while doing it. But mostly I think it's just going to be a normal quest line as we have it as well. So with that said, it's going to be something to access the depth steppers, so the deep kraken. So I'm kind of seeing this as just like another kind of biome with a new kind of boss in it. So it's just like developing on the existing depths that we have, the depth we got with the Rising Tide delve. So that's just kind of what this whole thing is. So it's basically saying that it will check out the quest and then the difficulty, and regarding the completion, unlock the memento to be crafted, and then also there's some gateways you can buy for 200 credits. And then there's the Herald of the Deep Kraken. It's a new NPC that'll spawn in the depths, so not in the long shade, not in the tier 15 worlds and stuff like that, but in the depth there will spawn a new NPC after you have opened the Runic Depth Vault. That's basically like the one where you get your Lunar Souls and your Titan Souls in the other delve. So this is where you are going to get your materials for upgrading to Mythic Gear, and also the tiers, the different stars in the Mythic Gear. And then you're gonna get that after this one's spawned, so you can now get it from that. And then it will allow 8 players to be 8 new craftables. That's what I mean. So players can craft so 5 pets, 1 mount, 1 Mag Rider, and 1 set of wings. And then also a new buff if you have 200 in the Mythic profession. So it's nothing tied into gear. There's nothing to do with anything. None of this has anything to do with Mythic Gear or not the delve itself. Of course it has it, but this is kind of like an extra thing or a alternative to do something to do it basically. So it's just mixes it up a little bit of which boss you're fighting, and maybe probably the layout a little bit or something like that. But basically that's all you really need to know about this, is that it's just something that is adding to this as well. Then we have 16 new fish that's going to be depth themed, and they can be found in fishing pool in water in the long shade difficulty. So 6 common, 6 uncommon, and 4 rares. So that's probably going to be pretty simple to get these ones as well. I don't think there's any, is complicated anyway, other than the rarest fish of these can be obtained by the pull of the depth. Once all uncommon depth fish has been collected. Okay, so you can request actually help to craft this pole. So mud water mark or SAM ships randomly found randomly through this. So basically you can craft this one when you have gotten the uncommon fish. So basically you fish and you probably get all the common ones first. Not first. You probably also get some uncommon ones. You can actually probably, if you're very lucky, get the 6 uncommon fish before you get the common ones. This could happen, but basically when I don't think it's a right criteria that you need to have the common ones, but it is a criteria to have the 6 uncommon ones. So when you get those, you have the option to go to mud water mark underneath the hub, or of course SAM on a ship to craft yourself this pole of the depth. Maybe there's actually a chance you can also fish it up. Maybe that could also be nice if there was a tradable one. It's probably going to be very expensive, but basically when you've done that, you can get this pole, and then the pole, you need to use this pole also in the same places where you get the waters probably. I would not see why it wouldn't be there. And then you basically can fish the rare ones as well. So basically what they're doing is that you can't just use the same fishing pole for all of it. You kind of have to go through the motions, if you know what I mean. Like you go get the commons, the uncommons, and then you can get the rares because you get the pole right here. So that's a very nice way to do it as well. And as I said, there is a second depth themed 5-star dungeon now. So there's a different one. Usually there was just that gray one that just looked like pretty cool, kind of ominous. But now they are making a new one. We'll see if we can find that one. Probably we can. It's not going to be super hard to do that. And then I got pretty excited because during the event we just had the Lunar Plunder. We got these obelisk dungeons. I actually made a video. It got kind of popular. So thank you if you watched that one. That was super amazing. But that one actually had it. So we had these obelisk dungeons where you could actually farm souls and cores for for the mythic gear actually. And that's why I got really excited. And before you get too excited, I have been in there. I have done the obelisk dungeons. I didn't do a lot of them. I think I did like 10 of them or so. And I didn't get, of course, any cores or any souls because they're a little bit rarer than that. Of course, you can get lucky. But the main thing is that I did not get any materials from the tier 15 worlds like we did before. We got some lich stone, what is it called, and runic ore, and also some deep stone as well. And usually you got that in every single dungeon, where you at least got some, like the runic ore, and of course the lich stone is what is most common, so you got most of that. And then sometimes you got some deep stone as well. But then you also had a chance of getting some souls and some cores as well, with a very low drop chance. You could also actually get it in the event by actually donating your, the core, the stars, not the tainted stars, but the cleansed one. You can actually also get them by donating them, and actually also get some of them, but also a very, very low drop chance on it. But there was a chance of it, right? And you could also keep farming the dungeons. The dungeon had the most chance of it, and that's also why I made the video on it. But like I said, I was in there, I tested this, and unfortunately, they do not drop any of these. They might still have a chance because I only did about 10, 15 dungeons maybe. At least I did 10 dungeons and I didn't get any materials, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to work. But it could be a chance of it. But there was completely different monsters that was in there. It was the same obelisk dungeons, but it was different monsters. And again, I didn't get any materials, so there could still be a chance if you, again, I could just be unlucky in those 10. But I'm pretty sure they only made it so that you can get these other fish that are usually under the event, so it's not going to be returning for maybe next year or something like that. Hopefully they do. It's one of the best things that has happened in a while, ever since the basically half a year ago when we got the the gear crafting update. Best thing has happened since then. Absolutely amazing, and I don't mind if it's only going to be around for events like in other themes or other what is it called, other forms. I would love to see that as well, because we only get a once every month or 14 days of that, so you still have to wait a month to actually do it. So but it will be an alternative way to do it. So hopefully maybe we can cross our fingers, and hopefully that will be a thing. So there's a different things that have just been added, some fishing rods to be voted on for Fluxion and stuff like that, and just the expertise quest not so enough for tomes, and kind of a few different things, nothing super amazing. Something I actually did kind of think about was that there was something issue preventing fast invasion event to work in the long shade difficulties, but there's fast invasions going on right now, and I was farming in the long shade difficulty yesterday, and I felt like these invasion was pretty normally faster than they usually, and I was like, oh yeah, of course, because of the event, but apparently it was not fast enough. So now that is working, so that's absolutely amazing. Then they're going to spawn every 7.5 minutes instead of just every 15 minutes. But apparently I was in there longer than I expected. So yeah, that's just how it was. And also fix an issue where the pot of gold, or pot of gold, it showed up in 3-star dungeons outside of the St. Cubesley event. And that's the one that can give you extra magic find for, I think it's like an hour, 3 hours, I think. And this is like once a week you can craft that to get 250 extra magic find. You can also make this during the St. Cubesley event. We have one in our club, and then you can just get that extra. But I thought it was just a feature that was in there, but apparently it was a bug, and yeah, so they're gonna not have it there. So it's gonna be part of the event. But again, you can craft it, and then you can put it in your cornerstone on your club world, and then you can just do it like that. So that's basically kind of all there is to this. They did do a little bit of the toughness to wall blocks in the depths and the castle delve. I don't really know why that was like super amazing, but yeah, I looked over these and there's not really anything absolutely crazy with this. But if you want to read these carefully, you can again go to the description. And again, I will show you guys what all this is. I'll show you guys the quest line. I'll show you guys, well, the fish, it's not really necessary to show. I'll show you the 5-star dungeon. I can show you the obelisk dungeons, but they're just in there like they were in the event. And again, I did them and there was no. So let me just show you guys the quest line. I'll show you guys the dungeon inside of the game. And we can see you guys right there. All right, as soon as I entered here in the tier 15 worlds, I got the quest 2, and it's a 13 quest 1. I think it's under quest. Yeah, it's under the expertise stuff. Now it's only called quest. And the first one is gonna be some lich stone. So basically, as soon as I entered this one, I got this here quest. So we can see here, I also found a ship. Let's just do the first one because it's just to find saltwater sand. So let's just go ahead and do that. See what the next one is going to be. All right, so now we have to defeat the Density from the depth. Okay, so now we have to go to the depth and actually try to defeat some of these. It does give us one, I think it's gonna give us one depth core. That is not a lot to go there, but that is step number 2 of it. So yeah, for people that already done it, as you can see here, then it is actually kind of crazy, I guess, but it's 2 enemies in there, so we'll see what happens as well. But I'll show you guys also, of course, the 5-star dungeon, the new one. So it'll be coming right here. All right, so I did find the 5-star dungeon, the new one, and this is what it looks like. So it looks actually very much like the other one. This one is, yeah, pretty simple and very close to what the other one is. Of course, you have the thing here in the middle. Oh, we actually have some kind of thing in the middle as well. Maybe it's not that similar to the other one, but you do have like the side thing here as the other one had and such. I don't know if this one is updated. This one kind of seems updated, doesn't it? I don't think this one kind of is the same, but that's pretty cool though. But yeah, this is what the new one looks like, so very much like the same one. But maybe that's also for a reason. I don't think it has to be looking different anyway, but maybe it's a good thing that doesn't look that much different, so people know that it's a 5-star. Even though you can see it on here, you can still see it in the, you know, what it looks like. But I still kind of feel like this is cooler than the other one is actually. So this one is a little bit cooler than the other one. It definitely looks like some kind of tentacle monster, as you can see the eyes there. So yeah, definitely very ominous as well. So I'm not sure if I want to go in there and be eaten, but yeah. That was the patch, that was the depth 2.0 release, the Kraken. Maybe this is actually kind of the Kraken dungeon, maybe. Who knows? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys think it's cool. Again, I hope that if they can, I would love to see a little patch like this in a couple of months, just to mix things up a little bit and add a few things before they roll out that bigger quality one. But if that means like, I would rather have them, you know, work on bigger, better patches, not bigger patches if necessary, but just better patches, something that is more suitable for the entirety of the Trove community. And I know you can't please everybody, but at least you can, like, maybe listen a little bit more to the community and what people are feeling about it. And I know all the people I've talked to definitely needs some sort of a correction on how the kind of Rising Tide update grind unfolds through the game. And yes, we did ask for, you know, more, you know, bigger patches like that took longer, but there's also a difference between grindy and then also grindy and rewarding. So that's kind of what I feel like the, you know, Rising Tide update was. It was grindy, absolutely amazing, but it don't feel rewarding, and that's kind of the big thing, that it should be just feeling more rewarding. You know, that you're actually getting something out of it, and you are, but it's still a little bit underwhelming. You feel like you're not really getting somewhere to go. That's just how I feel. Anyways, that was not this patch. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.